Tuesday. Welcome back. I'm Lucy Bustamante.
And I'm Kelsey Davis. Let's get over to meteorologist Anna Gard, who has your first alert forecast and fall weather coming. But of course, the big story has been this hurricane, Melissa. We'll talk about the fall forecast, though, first.
Yeah, we have a lot to talk about. Big changes for us. And then, of course, we are tracking Melissa as it's about to make landfall in Jamaica. But we are going to see a really strong cold front coming through this evening. This is an actual cold front. It's going to drop the temperatures down. We'll see strong gusty winds from the northwest behind it, and it will leave us with some nice fall weather. But we're seeing rain right now across the plains. It's 28 in Denver. That's the cool air that's going to make it to us. Pretty mild this morning, though. We're in the 60s ahead of that. We're not in the warm sector yet, but we'll start to see the flow coming from the south a little bit ahead of this line. And then by 8 o'clock, we're getting some cloud cover. You see these strong storms to the west. There is a level 1 out of 5 risk for severe weather over in the western parts of the state, but I don't think that it makes it to us. It looks like it starts to fall apart by the time it gets to southeastern Louisiana. We'll see maybe a storm or two with some lightning, could have some gusty winds, but the main event will be the front coming through. By Wednesday morning, it's already very windy. We're going to see wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour. And then we'll see some cloud cover coming in Wednesday evening into Thursday morning, especially on the North Shore. It might keep the lows a little bit higher, but clear skies again Thursday. Here's the wind gust forecast, giving you the first alert for tomorrow. But this is important today because you want to put those Halloween decorations inside if you have to. If you have inflatables, make sure those are not inflated overnight tonight into tomorrow. And then anything else loose that you have outdoors, that's going to be tumbling down the road with this type of wind, 35 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts. It's going to be incredibly windy. Still breezy Thursday. Then by Friday, the winds die down. So maybe you put back out those Halloween decorations by Thursday evening. Temperature wise, tomorrow out the door, we'll be in the low 50s, maybe even some upper 40s. Thursday with the cloud cover, it could keep some areas on the North Shore in the low 50s, and we'll see some mid 40s inland. Really nice, cool start. And then Friday looks like a really chilly morning for Halloween. We go from 80 today to 66 tomorrow. We'll be 68 on Thursday. And then we stay in the 70s all the way through the weekend. So we're finally below normal, which is a nice break from the heat that we've been dealing with. We are running 4.5 degrees above where we should be at this point in the month because almost every single day has been above average. But now we got to talk about Melissa. This is about 25 miles out now from landfall. You can see that the coastal areas are starting to get into that inner eye wall here on infrared satellite. The sustained winds, 180 miles per hour. It's moving to the north-northwest at 7 miles per hour. And the minimum pressure dropped down to 896 in that 8 o'clock update. Here's why. The hurricane hunters flew through the eye, and on the southeastern side of the eye wall, this is what the extrapolation from the flight level winds was for the surface winds, 206. Now, of course, they didn't go that high. Sometimes that can run a little bit hot. But even on the other side, look, they went back through the other side of the eye wall, 194. And the minimum pressure, 892. So I'm interested to see if they'll drop the pressure again. For some reference here, the strongest landfall that a hurricane has made was in 1935. That was the Labor Day hurricane in the Florida Keys. It made landfall with 185 mile per hour winds and a minimum pressure of 892. So this could be running for a record landfall. I mean, this is going to be historic stuff that we're watching play out today. Ever since it started rapidly intensifying, it has not gone down in intensity at all. It's only been increasing since Saturday. We're going to see catastrophic landslides as well because of those rain totals. We also have to watch for another landfall on Cuba as a Category 4 and then hurricane landfall in southeastern Bahamas and Turks and Caicos as well. So this is not done. We're going to continue to see the impacts at least through Thursday and before that system gets out to sea.
There's not much water between, or not much ocean space, if you will, between Jamaica and Cuba, but the temperatures are just enough for just long enough for it to stay a 4 when it makes landfall, when it hits Cuba?
Yeah, it's just the sea surface temperatures in that whole area, and the reason that this is intensifying so quickly is because they're so warm. They haven't had a single storm in the Caribbean this whole year until Melissa. So they're very potent sea surface temperatures, especially between Jamaica and Cuba. And then as it continues on and gets picked up by the jet stream, that's when you'll see it weakening, because it kind of becomes less tropical in nature and more subtropical, because it's becoming part of that upper level low.
So many questions.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
keep asking you throughout the morning, and once again, 25 miles off the coast of Jamaica, so we'll start to actually show you the live pics of what it's going to look like.
as
when
long
it
as we
starts
have
Yeah,
to-
many
as
of
long as
those
you have
areas
it.
are getting into the hurricane conditions now.
Okay. All right.
Wow. All right, how do you move on from that?
I know.
All right.